You sent that out already, Tim?
It's that. Like that one right there.
Still kind of that.
Hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. Oh, I should get our cards. Hey, boobies.
What's up, Janae? What's up? You know?
Yeah, that's fine. What you up to? Should I get the questions?
Why not? What you laughing for? My goodness. It's crazy. Anyway, though, how you doing, Janae? What you guys got going on over there? Okay. What y'all eating? And who did the cooking? Oh, well, you just making dinner anyway, though.
Oh, nice. What you making for dinner? Let's say down. Oh, I was gonna say, if you haven't checked out our latest podcast, but we didn't upload it yet.
Yeah.
So we did a podcast on. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It does. We just recorded a podcast on communication. It was actually a really good episode. So, you guys know the book that we always recommend, The 7 Principles to a Successful Marriage. What's his name? Let me put those up here. Gottman. So he has these questions. It's called 52 questions. 52 questions that you should ask before you get married or before you move in with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we were on Zoom. It would be funner on Zoom because I want to hear people talk back. What? Okay. So, I really wish we were on Zoom. I don't know how it works. I don't like waiting for questions.
What?
Huh?
Well, me and you, and what? So, what kind of is something that they can answer? Well, let me see.
So, like, a question would be, if your partner asked you to give up one of your interests, what would you say? So, like, if you love fishing all the time, or if you loved going like out to the bar with your guys on Friday night, I'm like, I'm not really feeling that. Would you give it up?
I wouldn't give it up immediately.
Hey, Camille Stir.
What's up, Camille? I wouldn't give it up immediately, not just because you asked. Yeah, I'm just being honest.
What?
I would inquire. You know,
on why I want you to give it up.
Exactly. I want to know why first.
Okay, you know? So Camille, since you just joined, Gottman, he does like the 7 principles to successful marriage. So this is cards that we have. It's called 52 questions to ask, your spouse before marriage or moving in together. So the question is, if your partner asked you to give up one of your interests, what would you say? So Saquon is saying it's just saying, what would you say? It's not saying, would you give it up first? So he's saying he wouldn't necessarily give it up right away because I asked. He would want to know why I wanted him to give it up. Okay, so let's say it's partying. And I'm like, I just do not think you need to party every weekend.
So, this was actually
real life, real,
yeah,
real talk.
This was real. Back then, I mean, I don't think I would handle it the same
way.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
So if you said that right now, see, I don't know. That's difficult because I don't do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And back then, it was like college. We were in college.
Once again, it's like, why?
Because, okay, so he would go out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of every single weekend. And I don't party like that.
And I was 19, 20.
Yes, true. But I don't party like that. So it's like, if every weekend your desire is to party, when are we like hanging out? I just get you during the weekend on a good Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, you never put it to me like that. So now, in a more mature,
we both have seasoned and grown.
Yeah, we come to a different point. So
in our lives, yeah,
you're kicking it to me with a different type of flavor.
Different flavor.
Yeah. But yeah.
So would you bring it to a compromise then? Or would you completely just be like, I get what you're saying, I'm going to stop altogether?
I would have to bring it to a compromise. If you're saying from the 3 days that I was doing it, if you brought that up now and I was doing it at like 3 days in a row every week, then I would say, okay, well, let's find once
a month.
Then I don't think that would even be fair. You know, you taking it from what, 3, 6, 9, 12 days.
That's a lot of partying.
Yeah, you're right.
And it wasn't like not every, like, it wouldn't be necessarily partying. Like sometimes on Thursdays, his roommates would have like bear pong at his apartment. So he lives there. So he'd be out there having a good time with them. Fridays, you guys usually would actually throw a party at their apartment. And then Saturdays, he may go somewhere else to party. So that's a lot of partying, if you ask me. And I guess it's also based off of your preference. So, okay, you for Camille and Booby, and then the third person, I don't know who you are because I can't see you. But would you, if your partner asked you to give up one of your interests, what would you say? And your interest could be something like bingo on a Thursday night. It could be, let's see, another interest people have. What's some interest people have? Excuse me. Hiking in the morning. I don't really know what people would ask you to give up. Like, what is an interest that someone would even ask you to give up?
Some guys like to come home and drink a beer every day. I guess somebody might not like that.
Or the games, guys and their games.
Okay. How much time they spend in the game?
Thankfully, he's not a big game player.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he used to be, but not anymore. It would depend on the interest and how often I actually do it. Okay. So, Boobiz, let's see. What's something that you do? I don't know what you would do. Because that would be like, I think the only thing I could think of is you go to church a lot. And I know someone.
Church a lot.
Yeah, like she's big, like she's very involved in the church. So like if she has like if there's plays or if there's just different things that's going on in the church, she's gonna be there. But I know you wouldn't give that up, no questions asked. So I think also then it depends too, like you said, so it depends on what it is, because if it's something that's like your spiritual belief or something that's something embedded in your values, then maybe that's not the person for you if they're asking you to give it up.
That's true. Yeah, if it's something that's embedded into your values.
Right, that's a part of kind of who you are, because partying is not who you are. It's something you enjoy doing.
It depends.
No, it's not who you are.
It can be who you are, because I think sometimes the party atmosphere is set for some people with that personality, like,
but
like that. Where else would they go?
Outgoing is who you are.
Yeah,
right. So and you can be outgoing in different settings.
But where else do you get that type of outgoing setting at?
Family function, barbecue.
Yeah. So, but you don't. So that means it takes away the networking and meeting other people.
Well, like, yeah, but I guess it just depends on then what you're doing while you're part. I don't know. It's not a black and white answer.
It's a different side.
Okay, let's see. Booby said, well, Sylvester, he asked me to give up going to choir rehearsal as often. And we had a long talk about that one. Okay, that's a good one, because it's like, if you're going all the time, did he feel like it was taking away from you guys spending time with each other? Is that why he wanted you to give it up? And then Camille said, I would ask why, so we can have a mutual understanding and make a decision for the relationship together. Good answer. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing, is to be on the same page with your partner and understand why what you're doing, why your interest is something that they want you to give up. I think that is the biggest thing. So I'm going to wait for Booby to answer, and then I'm going to ask another question. No, he was working. What? He more so wanted me to start giving it up now, so that when we move in together, it wouldn't take away from us. He was prepping me. Pastor was like, all right, let me break it in now. So it won't be a fight once we make this thing, once we move in together. Okay. But I guess he was thinking forward. That's funny. I guess he was thinking forward to say, okay. To say that, yeah. He was like, yeah, I know what I want. I see what she's doing. And I know when we move in together, I'm going to want this time together. Okay. That makes sense. But like you said, you guys had a long talk about it. So you were able, I'm sure, to come to a happy medium to where you can compromise, which is what relationships are all about. And so speaking of work, next question. How do you set boundaries around the requirements of your job? And that's a good one. We were just talking about it with Beyonce. Jay-Z had the song, remember? The Gotta Make the Song Cry or whatever, and how she was so dedicated.
This wasn't Song Cry. It was Lost One.
Yeah, but how she was so dedicated to her job, and he wanted to start building a family and stuff, but she put off wanting kids at the time because she was hustling. She had goals for her job. So, question: how do you set boundaries around the requirements of your job? So what would you say, huh? So like, for example, let's say you have a job where you have to work, like when you're at work, you're working, then when you get home, you have extra work that you have to do. If your boss calls you in and you're like, your goal is to try to get a promotion or get,
Who am I setting these boundaries with? You?
Your partner. Mm-hmm. Or, well, actually, it's more so yourself.
Yeah.
Because in your relationship, sometimes you could be so engulfed in your work. Hey, Dolly. Sometimes I'm listening, but also relaxing. Nice. But sometimes you could be so wrapped up into your work that you bring it home with you. Mm-hmm. And at the dinner table, like that could be a boundary. It's like at dinner, we're not talking about work.
Yeah.
We leave work, like once we clock out, and we're home with each other, we're focused on each other. Mm-hmm. So that could be a boundary. So that's an example.
Yeah, so, okay. I mean, for me, I think, I believe that it takes some time, at home, to get your job done. Mm-hmm. But I don't believe that that's what you should do 24/7. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I would kind of set those boundaries there. Mm-hmm. Because I guess, still with the boundaries between me and you, and even I guess if I would have to say it to you, if you were on the other end, right? I would have to ask you to make sure that, okay, well, all right, cool. You putting all this time over there.
What about me?
Yeah. You know,
what about your man?
You know what I'm saying? What about me? So I would say it,
Yeah. Which I do think is important, because it's like you don't want your partner to feel neglected because you're so engulfed in your work. And Booby, this would be a good question for you, because Vester is a workaholic. Yeah.
And
so go ahead.
Sorry, but with these cards, actually what they said was you're supposed to go over them every so often because of things like that.
Right, so things evolve and change.
I could be so engulfed into work that I don't know you.
That facts, because we're always, like everybody, we constantly evolve and we constantly grow.
Yeah.
So while he's at work doing what he's doing, I can be growing in different areas, and he may not even notice because he's so focused on himself and his job.
Pretty much. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the boundaries I would set for myself.
Yeah. So Booby, do you feel like you and Sylvester set any boundaries as far as when it came to working and like the hours that he was putting in? Who told you to shuffle?
Because I'm probably going to try to, pull the next one.
Oh boy. But yeah, that's a good one. And I think it's also, again, let's see, this combo. I know! We need to get on Zoom. Like, seriously, hon. We need to get on Zoom.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So.
Right now?
I want to. Girl, it's hard for me to answer that since he's in a different position. What do you mean? Why is it hard? Because I know I get he's in a different position, but do you still set boundaries, or he's the owner? Yeah. But do you still set boundaries as far as how much
time you expect?
Right. A personal time between you two, or because he's the owner and because you understand the goals that he has, you just say, okay, I know this is temporary, so I'm riding with him, putting this amount of time in. Because that's another thing. You can understand where your partner's goals are and understand that this is a temporary thing and a sacrifice that you're making.
That's true.
Yeah. I want to get on Zoom. Clearly Saquon doesn't. So next time, guys.
I mean, it just would be turning this all off and then trying to go over and then get it to link back over.
Yeah.
You've said it so many times. Next time it'll be on Zoom. Next time we do something like this, where we need people to talk.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Ask your next question, hun. Go ahead. I just thought it would be good. Oh, here she goes. Because he's the owner, he sets his time. So if I say, babe, I need a minute, he'll give me 10. Oh. And also, I don't ask for much because while he hustles to grow the business, I was in law school grinding to start my career, so that together. That makes sense. So you both were just focused, and you both had to dedicate your time to your careers. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you, Booby.
Wasn't expecting this question.
But you are the perfect power couple, darling. You are.
How much should children be responsible for household chores?
Ooh, this is good. Mommy has kids. We don't. You don't. Camille, you don't. So.
I mean, we have opinions though.
No, I was gonna say, so we can just go off of what we think. Now, something that we learned is you can always say what you're going to say, but when you have kids, things can totally change. Mm-hmm. So this is just our now opinion. Mm-hmm. Don't hold us to it. All right. So the question was, let me get it again. What Oh, how much should children be responsible for household chores? Mm. I definitely think children should have chores.
Yeah.
And I think it's also age dependent upon what chores you assign to what child. So, for example, if your child is, let's say, 5 years old, I would say their biggest chore would be to clean up after themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they toys.
Danzy's in here. Yes, Dan. So you can answer this too.
Danny J.
All the way in it, depending on age, but definitely should be able to clean. Yeah. Oh, Dan, we're here. Come on, brother. Like we literally just said the same thing, and I didn't even read what he said yet. But yeah, I agree, Danzy. So I guess I'm on the right path. I'm auntie of many, so I have some experience. But yeah, I definitely think it's age dependent. Like a 5-year-old, they should be able to pick up after themselves. Once they start getting older, I do think then more should be on there. Okay, so question, Dan, and everybody else. Do you think the sex of the child determines what chores they do? So for example, would you have your daughter taking out the trash, or would you have your son do dishes or vacuum? Does that matter, or is it just based on the age only?
I don't think it matters.
Mm-hmm. You would have your daughter take out the garbage?
It depends on what it is I'm telling her to take out.
No, I mean take out the garbage like from the house.
Like the family trash can garbage.
Yes.
No.
But you would have your son do it?
Yes.
Okay. So you do think there's some gender roles in there?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, we
all need to know equally. That's how I feel.
Is she exempt from ever taking out the trash? No. You understand what I'm saying? To know that she can still take out
capable.
Yeah. You can still be asked to take out the trash. You can still be told to take out the trash. It can still be your responsibility to take out the trash. But within the house, I guess how I feel about the trash.
Yes. You feel like
I'm gonna take out the trash.
Uh-huh.
My son is gonna know that we take out the trash.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? If you see the trash full, take out the trash.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Camille says the type of chores would be different depending on age, but they would be responsible to clean their rooms and at least help clean the kitchen and their living room area. Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Danzy. But as they get older, the boy will do the dirty work.
Yeah.
As they get older, chores change. That makes sense, though. Because it's like once your child starts maturing and growing, they're capable of doing more.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess to a certain extent, so me. So that's okay. So this is like a personal thing with Saquon and I would be taking out the trash.
Struggling.
I do not care. Like, I can do it. So I'm very capable. So I'm just going to do it. If it's sitting there and it's time to go, I'll take it out. Saquon, he felt like that was his role, his manly role.
I mean,
was to take out the trash. Like,
I guess, yeah. I mean, I feel like it is my role to do it, right?
Yeah.
And then is that on top of the thing? I guess it's you. It's you because it's you too.
What?
Because you know how you like, oh, yeah, you got me carrying all this stuff, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, no. Listen, guys, listen. That's just because okay. Let me first finish that one. So he felt like that was his role to take out the trash. And then it became an issue because I don't really like double standards. I don't like double standards just because I feel like as a woman, I'm very capable of doing all the things that you're capable of doing. But as I've grown, I understand that it doesn't mean that I'm not capable. It's letting him be that, I guess, provider, protector, masculine role of saying, hey, you don't have to do this sweet thing. I'll take care of it. Instead of me thinking it's like him saying, I'm the man, I'm gonna do this, you do that. Because it's like he'll still cook, he'll still clean. So it's not like he's saying there's roles he won't do. Yeah. But he's just saying, hey, I want to take care of this so you don't have to.
And I don't even tell you to do that stuff.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So that's why, but then back then, I'm like, listen, Miss Independent, you ain't not going to tell me I can't take care of the garbage.
And she'll be struggling and everything.
No, with that, not with the garbage.
Well,
groceries.
So the way it started was, so I look at it like this: if we go get groceries and we ain't parked that far from the door, why am I about to struggle with 10 bags on my arms?
Wait, hold on, Danzy. What you talking about? He said, yeah, I do see it got a little blurry. Hold on, let me. Okay, there we go. Okay. He says, yes, it is, but you jumping in, doing before he can is a slap in the face. Exactly.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Especially when I already said I got it.
No, but listen, y'all. Trash comes on Wednesday. Now, if it is Tuesday night and I see the trash there, I'm like, all right, let me just take it out.
It's Tuesday night, 5 p.m., and I get off at 6 p.m. I get home. That's what it is. I'm getting home and I see it.
There'll be times he forgot.
I'm getting home when I see it. Or when I said, the time, you remember the time I said, I'm going to cut the grass. I'm pulling up and she's cutting the grass. And I'm like, what? I'm like, did I not say that I was going to cut the grass?
I wanted to try out the new lawnmower. But see, that's just me. My mom is like super independent. So I think I get it from her. But it's like, I don't mind helping. I don't mind doing these things. And it's not trying to take his role from him. But it's just saying, like, your girl's down to get dirty with you.
Or like,
I'd rather you nag and have me do it than you have an attitude and jump to it. Ha ha ha. Come on. I don't be having an attitude. No, do I?
No, you don't
have
an attitude.
When I do it, I don't have an attitude. It's just like, I think we were watching a podcast and they were talking about it. No, you didn't see it with me. What? It was DJ Envy and Gia Casey's podcast, but it was the girls' night.
Why you gotta be doing this all up under my mic?
Zip. But they were talking about how if you ask somebody to do something, you have to let them do it the way they're gonna do it. And I guess part of it was like micromanaging. So I guess I was micromanaging. It's like, well, I asked you to do it, so I want you to do it right now when I said do it. And because he didn't do that, it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to do it myself. So I think that was the issue. Okay, well then, in that case, do your thing, boo. If you ain't mad, I can't be mad at you. Do your thing, boo. But yeah, so I think that's part of it, is being able to, if you ask someone to do something, letting them do it in their time and letting go and not. But I'm just an advanced type of person, and he's a last minute type of guy. So having those two, you know, INTENT. Can I spell? PENT. Do you know what that means?
Kaiser.
Hey, Najma. Oh, you want to see Kai?
Pops.
Hey, Kai. Come here, baby. Get up.
You moved the wrong thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say hi, babies. Hi.
Come this way.
Go back to daddy. Look at me. Kaiser, look at me. Good boy. Look at me. There's my baby. Isn't he the cutest? I know. I know it. But yeah, so I think just with like growing and also learning that, you know, it's a partnership and we both have different roles and strengths in the relationship, it kind of helped me, you know, say, okay. Because I remember we were talking to our friends, Navarro and Courtney, about that. And I'm like, so you're telling me that if he broke his leg, I shouldn't take out the trash? Oh, goodness. Sit pretty. Come here, Crazy. Come here. Let me see. Sit. Sit pretty. Good boy. Oh, your mic's in the way. Good boy. Good boy, big babies. But yeah. So, you know, let's do another question. All right, babe, come back in. Right.
Excuse me, Bob.
School.
By the way, can you guys give us a like on this video so far on our live, please, and thank you.
Yes, sir. Oh, babe, can you look that back up?
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, next time we're doing Zoom, guys, because I want to be able to like talk with you guys and interact with you guys. So.
Yeah, next time we will.
Yes. Thank you.
Already called it.
Read the next question.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. How do you decide whether your children will have a public or private education?
I don't like that one.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Because I don't like, I mean, I guess it would just be research on, the school systems and all of that. But we went to a private school, like in, I think, kindergarten. So that was my only experience with a private school, and it was Catholic private school. And then after that, it was always public school. Actually, mommy did say Sheik and Orange went to a private school, and they didn't learn much. So not all private schools are created equally, and not all public schools are created equally. So I guess it would just depend on what benefit I saw from them being in a private school versus a public school. And yeah, it would just, I think, yeah, it would just depend. I'd have to do research and see all that stuff. I don't know.
Because I know for me, I've been through public school all my life. But as we've seen Maddie, she's very, very smart, and she goes to a private school.
Yeah, and she's in kindergarten now.
Yeah, but she's very, very smart.
You also went to an African private school too. I did. How old was I?
But
I don't remember that.
I've heard the same thing though. These private school kids are kind of sheltered, and they don't really kind of.
Private school kids sheltered
from the real life stuff. I mean,
what private school kids you talking about?
I mean, these private school kids that I've met that came from private school into public school. I had friends that went from. Okay. Yeah, I had friends that went from.
Who?
I'm telling you. Goodness gracious.
Go ahead.
But I have friends also that went from public school to private school and then back to public school.
What did they tell you?
That it's just kind of like it's just slower, and they kind of missed it.
How old were we?
It's slower, and they don't get the same energy that I guess we get in public school. It just doesn't flow the same, I guess.
Yeah, but I think it's just hard to compare because I feel like not all private schools are the same, not all public schools are the same. So one person's experience, would be different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like that question. But good answer. Good answer. I went to Faith, Hope, and Charity. Oh, I do remember that. Faith, Hope, and Charity Christian Academy. That name rings a bell. It sparked some wiring in my brain. Okay. So how will you decide whose money purchases common and shared items? We did, honey, you have to. We did a podcast on getting a joint bank account. So for us,
it's no deciding.
Everything's in one pot.
That's the question you picked?
That's what was next. You shuffled.
I don't like that question. Come on.
Petty.
Nah, for us.
Yeah, that's for us.
Okay, yeah. So I guess for you guys, you can answer it.
Or we can talk about debt. Yeah, about either taking on more debt as a couple, or how do you feel about existing debt?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so there you go.
Because we didn't have this conversation yet.
No, we haven't. Okay, so how do you feel about getting either into a marriage or a relationship with someone who has existing debt? How do you feel?
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it?
It depends on where it came from.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah. So, now, all right. So if you got a whole lot of debt, right? Mm-hmm. And what's going to be a whole lot?
So it could be. Oh, you mean amount or type?
See, amounts go with certain types of things.
There's some people who racked up a lot of credit card debt in their
Okay, yeah. So let's say you got 20 racks
in credit
card debt. I'm gonna feel the type of way.
Okay.
Because 20 racks in credit card debt, I don't think that you're gonna pay that off like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Why?
Because it's a reason why you have $20,000 in credit card debt.
So it's like the mindset that got me into that debt would be the mindset of why I wouldn't get out of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, someone with Student debt.
Student loans.
Student loans, yeah. Mm-hmm. You, for instance. Mm-hmm. I don't really have a limit on that. Mm-hmm. As long as you utilize your career or that degree mm-hmm. to make some money. I don't care. I really don't.
Is your goal for that person to pay that debt off within a certain amount of time? Or like, let's say, there's student loan forgiveness after 25 years. After 25 years, for me, it could just be all forgiven. Or someone who works in like a nonprofit or low socioeconomic area, they may have like the 10-year forgiveness plan. Would you be okay with me saying, oh, I'm just going to wait the 25 years? Or would you want me to pay it off within a short amount of time?
If you told me you was going to wait the 25 years, we got a problem.
Why?
Because then that means that you just expected to just sit there and keep growing.
No, not growing. You pay the minimum.
Oh, you're going to pay the minimum?
But then it just gets forgiven after, 25 years.
If it doesn't affect the credit or nothing like that, then cool. Mm-hmm. If that's what you want to do, then okay.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, of course, it wouldn't be what I want to do. I want to pay it off way before that. And our goal is like to be debt free. So that's something that we push.
So that would be my goal. Because if I marry you and I know that you have that, if we get like.
So then would you help me pay off my debt?
That's obviously our plan. So our finances go together, right. And that is just a plan to take care of everything.
Right.
So you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of, it would be a little bit conflicting with my idea. You understand what I'm saying? What? The 25-year thing.
Right. So your goal would be to say like, hey, I get that's great as a plan B if we can't, but the goal is to get the debt down as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't plan for it to be there for 25 years.
My man.
Neither. So that's what that is. I don't plan for it to be there for 25 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't mind. I don't mind, but yeah, if it's just being irresponsible like mm-hmm. type that, then yeah. I mean, but then if you show me that you
changing your ways.
Yeah, if you could show me something that I'm like, oh, you know what? They've been on the up and up. Their credit been going up the last couple of years, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Every month, not just, these dips, so I could probably work with it, but.
So what do you guys think? Well, I know probably what most of you think. Would you marry or date someone who has a large amount of debt? And not student loan debt, but debt from credit cards and buying, things that are not necessary.
How do you feel?
So I think it would be a red flag. Mm-hmm. I feel like because I'm a saver, mm-hmm. and if that's your spending habits, then I feel like that would affect our relationship. But I would want to know, okay, well, no. Because in my head, it's like I don't like borrowing at all. Mm-hmm. The only reason I borrowed for school is because of how much it costs. So that was like, okay, that's the one thing I'll do. But I never had a credit card a day in my life. So I feel like if someone has those bad spending habits, it's like, are you paying your bills? Mm-hmm. And why are you spending money that you don't have?
Correct.
So I think it would just be a conversation to understand why they have these habits that they do have. And then I don't know, in the dating realm of things, would it be a full deal breaker? But if like we started moving forward and I, had talks and tried to educate them, because, the goal in a relationship, you're supposed to help each other grow. So if I'm educating and I see you're still not going in that direction, then it may be a deal breaker, because you don't ever want to end up in a situation to where your partner is just lying and buying things behind your back and racking up debt. Because I've seen, I listen to the Dave Ramsey podcast, and there's callers who say, like, I found out that my husband had $90,000 in debt.
Which is crazy.
And I'm like, for one, that's a bigger issue. That's like trust. Thank you, hon. Mm-hmm. That's like, there's a lack of trust and communication in that relationship. And it's kind of like a betrayal. So yeah, I don't know if it would be a deal breaker in the dating phase, but definitely in the marriage phase, if things haven't changed and we are not working on removing that debt, then I don't know. Gotta talk.
Yeah.
Gotta talk that one
gotta
through.
have a plan of action for that one.
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. Mm-mm. This is a good one. We talked about it for the kids, but it's good for the relationship too. But you could choose the next one. Thank you.
Let's see. I guess we could talk about this one. I mean, we talked about that pretty much.
Oh boy. 7:26. What are you drinking, Shar? What is this? It's a wine.
It's a rosé.
Oh, it's a rosé. It's different than wine.
No.
Oh, it's a rosé wine. Yes. Compliments to Saquon. And compliments to Uncle Mark and Aunt Paula for their wedding favor.
Okay. I got a question. What do you expect will change when you get married? And I guess this is more question.
Teresa was asking what Therese. She was asking what I'm drinking. Well, sorry,
what do you expect will change once we get married?
Good question. Honestly, just the amount of times that I call you my husband. Like, I don't really know. We've been together for 8 years, going on 9. So we live together. So it's like us, once we get married, what really is going to change in the dynamic of our relationship?
Yeah.
For all you married folks out there, did things change once you got married that you didn't expect?
Yeah. I'm glad you answered like that.
Why?
Because I asked it because I read it and I'm like, this is a trick question.
Oh, because they do say, actually our counselor, he told us, he was like, some people change once they're married because they feel like, well, now I got you. Listen, now it's time to reveal the beast. Reveal the beast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like nothing. Booby says, nope, not a damn thing. Oh man. Yeah, I feel like what changes? Like, what could possibly change because you moved into this next stage of your relationship?
Exactly.
Like, because I just feel like your relationship's forever evolving. So yeah, do you see anything changing?
No.
Just talking about my wife.
I mean, yeah, I just changed the title as it goes. For real.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was like, yeah, my husband.
The only thing that I have to make sure that like I do, because I always call you my girl all the time. Like when you became my fiance, obviously I add that in there too. But now I would like to stop saying more of the just my girl thing.
Mommy said, I think you will appreciate each other more as time goes on. You will learn that you owe it to your partner to make them happy and cherish the love. Okay. I like that. I do like that. Okay. Do you feel like once you got married, that became stronger? Life is short. Keep the love strong. Keep love alive.
I hear that though.
Yes. Mom, do you feel like that happened once you got married, or it was already there, but after you got married, it just heightened that feeling? Because that is good. Because I do feel like, even now, I want to see you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. That's good, though. I like that. What you thinking?
I'm just taking it.
Let it marinate.
Yeah.
Danzy, what about you and Taditz? Do you feel like once you got married, things changed?
I mean, okay. I mean, I guess I could understand if like wine.
You get better with time?
Yeah. Because I mean, you got to think about it too. Every year that you with me is every year that you don't have to be with me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Like it's a blessing.
Yeah.
And me. No, I'm saying. No, yeah. But like from your perspective, like it's a blessing because it's still a choice. Like love.
Yeah, it's
partly is a choice.
Exactly, it's still a choice. So even with I guess you would have to think about it. You would have to understand that someone is accepting your flaws to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
So because you have them,
right?
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're accepting that. So I guess that's where it goes to show that you owe them a little bit. Not more than you owe yourself, but you owe them a little bit to make them happy too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because that's true. It's like sometimes you can get comfortable in your relationship and just like your part. Like, well, it's not really a good thought. But sometimes like you can get in your mind where it's like, well, I know he ain't going nowhere, so he'll be alright. Yeah. But at the end. No, I'm just there. That was hypothetical.
No relation. Too much swag in that. There.
No relation to me. But I mean, I've been guilty of it. To where it's like, he'll be alright. Like he'll get over it. But it's actually like you're right. It is an honor for your partner and for you to be there, working through my flaws and watching, like helping me grow and see, things about myself, self-reflect and things like that and become a better person. Yeah. It is a blessing. And for that, it's like, I appreciate it. So I do want to see you happy and, I'm doing the same for you. Yeah. And mommy said, yes, I have learned that there's no one.
You admit that?
No, I'm reading here first.
Oh. Okay.
I have learned that there's no one else for me and that Poppy has made me a better person. I like that and I can see that. Danzy, I have changed a bit. A lot of improvements, but nothing perfect. Tididi has been around a long time, so she can tell you better. Ha ha ha. We in it for life, so if she ain't run away screaming by now, you ain't going nowhere. And then mommy said, I used to be rough and so independent that I didn't need a man. Now that I have a good man, my goal is to love him like the Creator loves me. I love that. Yeah. And I think that's like, so we did a podcast on communication and we were just talking about how you learn, we're two different people who learned a whole bunch of habits and ways to communicate and live from our upbringing. And now we're coming together as a couple. And it's like us coming together, we're bringing two totally different styles of communication, of living, everything, and trying to work together as one.
Yeah, trying to mesh that together.
Right. And there's certain things that, like my mom said, so she's super independent. She didn't need no man for nada. Okay. She was making it happen. So it's like I had that in me to where, like I said, I'll take out the trash. I'll be mowing the lawn. Don't you think I don't need you, but I want you. Okay.
Yeah, and like we said in the podcast, though.
And it's not up yet. It'll be up soon.
Yeah. But there could be negatives that come from me, but negatives that come from you. And it's not negative. It's not even negative.
Passion.
Yeah.
Well, just ineffective ways to communicate or things that, because like you learn positives and negatives from your family.
No, this is the thing. Your mom being independent is not negative.
Right.
But it's not necessarily the most conducive thing when being in a relationship.
Gotcha.
So it's not negative. And that's what I was trying to get at in the podcast was that once you get here, it's like, all right, you got these negatives that's coming together, but it's going to create this bigger positive.
Right.
Once you kind of come together and it does clash, and it's going to
work through it.
Yeah, you work through it. It's going to blow over. You work through it, and now you kind of made something a little bit beautiful and kind of throw some of that negative to the side.
Right. Yeah. And so I do see that. Poppy is the bee's knees. Watch yourself, Saquon. Love you too. Tell him. But yeah, I do agree. It's just certain things that you learn that it's like, oh wow, I'm like, you like your mother in some way.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I mean, when you're in a relationship, you're allowing someone else to have a magnifying glass on you. So you kind of got to be open to what they say
criticism. Yeah, constructive criticism.
Yeah, because they're laying next to you every day.
Yeah,
like this is not somebody that's just out on the street or anything like that.
Right, and their goal is not to tear you down. Their goal, we're a team. So it's like you want to see your partner do better and be better. And then also it's like you have your own perspective and feelings and emotions. So if something your partner is doing is bothering you, you want to be able to communicate that.
Correct.
Yeah. So that was a good one.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the question was, but hey, it sparked some good combo.
Okay. So we talked about debt and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does having money mean to you? And how much money is enough?
So, what does having money mean to me?
Mm-hmm.
Mommy said everything. Having money to me, I feel like money is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that like if I could do all the things that my heart desired without money, I wouldn't care about money.
Okay.
But money is a tool, and I understand that. So to me, it's not that money means something to me, but it's the experiences and the things that I can accomplish or do with money that mean something to me. So I'm a very family-oriented person. I want to travel the world with my family. I want us to do family vacations. I want us to just have, when we start our own family, I want us to have a huge yard, a huge home. Like we want acres upon acres of land. So in order to do that, I know I need a large lump sum of money.
So I guess we can be synonymous then and say that having money means that we're abundant in resources.
Right.
That we're secure with resources.
And money was a tool to help us get there.
I mean, no, the money is the resources.
No. Oh. Okay.
The money take care of everything.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's a resource that helps us get more resources.
Only thing money can't buy is your happiness and life.
Yeah.
That's it.
True.
Your life, you can't get it back, and happiness, you create that yourself.
True. And that's, I think, an important thing to realize. And that's why money isn't everything to me. It's like I understand what money is. It's just a tool. It's a tool that we place value on. Yeah. Our society has placed value on. So that's something that you utilize to get what you want.
Yeah.
So now, how much money is enough
money? See, now that's a whole nother question.
That's just a whole nother question. I don't even think I have the answer. But I know my Saquon and I will be multimillionaires. So,
Off the top of your head right now, what's enough?
But it will help pay for the search, speaking of happiness.
Yes, it exactly. It's true.
Well, I think it's true, but then it's also not true. Because I feel like you have people who have what you would think as having nothing. Like they just have, a small amount. They don't really have a lot, but they're still happy.
There's actually people that actually do have a lot and give it all away to find their happiness, actually.
No, I know. So I've met a patient who said, he had a whole bunch of riches, but he was working. He wasn't happy. He went to, I forgot where, he went out of the country with some monks and, gave away his money, and he was happy.
Yeah, but people that's homeless here that choosing to be.
Yeah, there's people who are happy without money, but I do agree also because some people feel like money will make them happy, and once they get there, they realize, wow, I have all the things that I said I wanted. I've done all the things that I said I want to do, and I'm still not happy.
Yeah.
So then it kind of helps them realize in that way that money wasn't everything. And then also there are a lot of like programs and retreats and conventions that money can help you, pay for, where you can go and they can teach you certain things about gaining, self-love and happiness and things like that. So I think it's like a mixture. It's not like a yes or no, but it's like yes and no.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah.
Do you have a number at the top of your head?
Of how much? What? That's enough?
Yeah.
On the top of my head, 60 million is like the first thing I can think of. He must have been smoking that good. Forget the monks. Hook a sister up. Oh, goodness. That's funny. Yeah, seriously. That's what I was saying. Like, all these people, I'm like, well, you can, give to me. But yeah, but I just think, because I know how much, like, when we look up, because we're big into manifesting what we want. So when we look up, like, how much it would cost to buy the amount of land we want or the type of house that we want, and then when I think about traveling with our families, and our goal is to, like, reach financial independence for ourselves, but also teach others, especially our family members, to have it for themselves. So when I think about all that, I feel like 60 million is a comfortable amount to obtain that. But that's like annually.
60 million annually?
Like, not, I don't want to say annually, but like, it's not just that. It's okay. So maybe, I guess, if it's like, what amount of money would you need for the rest of your life? If that's the question, right? Because it's like, okay, if you didn't make another dollar more, what would be enough money for you?
Yeah.
That's more the question. Tell your patient to holler at your girl. It was his cousin. Yes, child, no limits. Yeah. So if it was like, how much money would I need if I never made another dime? See, that's hard. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I know it's in the millions, because I just know the things that we would like to do, experience, and see. And I know that we like nice things too.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing. At first, I used to feel kind of guilty wanting nice things or wanting a lavish lifestyle, because I felt like, because I just like to give, and I feel like we all deserve to do well. So I feel like if I just had so much, it's like, why do I have this surplus? I should be giving it to people who are in need and who need more. But then I realized that I can do both. I can have a whole surplus, and I can still give, and I can still do the things that I want to do. And there's no reason to feel guilty about it, because we are all capable of, having what we want. It's just a mindset change.
Yeah.
It's a paradigm shift. So yeah. So I don't really have a cap on, or a number per se, on how much. Do you?
My cap would be like $750 million.
Cap or minimum?
That would be my, like, oh no. Oh no, yeah. If I hit 750,
for the rest of your life, you'd be gooch.
I'll tap out at 750. If things were stressed and it doesn't seem like this is going to be an easy to the billion mark, then I'm tapping out. Okay. But if I'm gonna keep going, then yeah, we could keep going with it. Yeah. But 750, I'll tap out. And the only reason why I say 750 is because we looked into certain things that cost a lot of money. And I know that,
maintaining my mindset.
And if we want to have, that mine's too. But we want to get the money young. So, not to say we just be spending
for the years. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. So that's what we feel.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one? We're gonna do one more because we gotta walk high.
All right. I'm gonna let you take it.
Okay, lucky number.
That's how I felt.
What is there to admire about your partner's relationship with his or her family members? What are the challenges in your relationship with your in-laws? Okay. Ooh, in-laws are on the screen. What you mean?
So ask me the question.
Okay, first question. What is there to admire about your partner's relationship with his or her family members?
Okay. So, like I told you from jump, I think I told you just like from the first time I met your family. I admire the closeness and the openness that you guys have. Not to say that me and my family not close, but I don't think we're as open, with each other. So I admired that. I admired seeing a sense of growth, based on seeing issues be somewhat resolved later on, knowing that it may be an issue, but people can resolve it, and still later be happy. I admired that. I admire kind of like what I say from your mom too. It's like your mom is like a how do I word this? How do I word this? I admire it, It's an up and down thing. I admire it though. He let one loose. Yes. All right, but I admire it because so your mom is like it's like she don't see fault in you guys, and she gonna ride for you guys all the time.
Ride or die, whether we right or wrong.
Yeah. So I admire it. It's like
it, kiddo.
No, but for real though, it's like that's how she is with you guys. So right or wrong, it's like it's
got our back.
Yeah, it's from my point of view, right? It's like even if you guys did something wrong, right? It's almost like it was kind of like it never happened. You get what I'm saying?
Teresa nodding in agreement. Her babies are perfect.
Yeah. So it never happened. But like I said, it's not I guess when you're on the other side of it and you like
oh yeah.
And you
she wrong.
Yeah, pretty much. When you're on the other side of it and you like, man, that's wrong, right? You kind of feel like I
know you ride it for your kids.
Yeah, but come on.
Come on.
But that was like this came from the question of what do I admire?
Right. So you admire
but that. I still admire that.
Right.
Because I think to a certain extent that's kind of what you're supposed to do
for your kid.
And I just think the 15% is supposed to be what the other person says.
Give the other person a little love. Yeah. That's what you say.
So, but yeah, I admire that. I admire the closeness, things like that.
So, what are the challenges in your relationship with your in-laws?
The challenges, I don't think I really had challenges in now.
I would say like in the beginning,
it was
it was a little friction with the alphas. Unconditional love, my babies are the best.
Yeah.
Whoa. but I feel like now I don't see any challenges with you guys.
And in the beginning, it wasn't like challenges.
It was a challenge.
No, it was just that crazy. No, it was just for us. It was just that one issue, that one moment situation that created.
I will see you at some
But nah, it was that one issue that created a lingering effect. So I can't say that was necessarily challenges.
Yeah, it was just getting past one issue.
Pretty much.
So yeah.
Okay. I don't do
that. Good answer.
Yeah.
So what would I say admire about your family?
Yeah.
So I do admire. I feel like you guys are close and like you stay in communication with each other a good amount. Like not right now, but typically, like you stay in communication with each other. You can call each other, just talk, and you have a good relationship with one another. I also admire that you guys do a lot of things together. So, like when we go to visit, it's like all of the siblings come together, and even sometimes cousins like will come together. And like we did the New Year's Eve dinner. So we all went out. It was just the cousins and the siblings. We went out for New Year's Eve, had a good time. So I like that closeness.
Yeah.
I also like that I like it, but I do think it's not the best.
There's toxicity to it.
Yeah. Is that you can have an argument and then just act like nothing kind of happened and you're just good again. But then I feel like that's also an issue because it's like you never really resolve anything.
Correct.
But I do like that you can just get past it and just be cool.
Correct.
Yeah, so I like that. I think you guys, like I said, have a good bond. So I like those things. And then let's see, any challenges that I have? No, I don't have any challenges with my in-laws. They're, they love me, and I love them.
Yeah, which I love. So.
Yeah, and I really love that about both of us. It's like we're just engulfed in each other's families.
Pretty much. So
yeah, that one. Thank God. Thank God for it. Good job, Kwani. Tadidis, please. But yeah. I think the in-laws thing is a big thing because it's like it's a blessing to have a good relationship with your in-laws.
It is.
Because you just hear so many stories and like there's always, I feel like there may be trials and tribulations, like you said, like in the beginning there was a challenge or whatever. But I think to have a good relationship, it's a blessing because it's just an addition to your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining. Next time we will be doing Zoom so we can talk and chat live and in the flesh.
Hear some voices, get real opinions.
Yes. Because now, right now, you can just type what you want. But then we're on the big screen to eat what you talking.
Meaning we got to schedule that out too because it's still going to be on YouTube. So we got to schedule this out. If you want to be on, we're going to hit you up ahead of time.
Yeah, we'll do it in advance so that you guys know when we're going to go live. But thank you all for joining. We love you guys,
Deuces,
of course.
And keep on the lookout for that podcast coming. It should be within the next 2 days. She said
she'll be there. Yes. Alrighty, girl. Oh, yeah. Like you said, we said in the next 2 days. Our communication podcast will be going live in 2 days.
Yep.
All right, everyone, have a good night. We're about to go walk high and eat. It's kind of late. But, all right. Love you guys. Good night.
Love y'all. Good night. To the
Bye.
world.